And we're live. What's up? Oh my God, Leandre? Is it only Leandre? Hello, Leandre. Can you hear me now? I got someone else here too as well. Check in the comment section. How you guys doing today? All right. So again, when this thing all clears up and we're no longer doing COVID stuff, all right, we're still gonna have this show. But what I want the show to be is basically to help you out, to help you, to provide you with a way to excel during actual practice because we practice probably what, an hour and a half a day, right? But during that practice, you may or may not get the drill. And this is the same for high school, for college, for I'm sure even the pros. There's 12 to 15 guys out there, and the coach is speaking to all of you, but someone doesn't understand. It's always someone that doesn't understand, obviously, right? And you want to make sure that you're not that person very often. All right? You don't want to be the one guy who doesn't get it. All right? And so if we're doing 6 drills during the course of the hour, we want to do it for 10 minutes, a drill. All right? But we would be working for about at least 8 minutes of that 10. All right, so you get 2 minutes of explanation. 2 minutes is not enough time for you guys to truly understand something. So for these shows, what I want them to do is to kind of prepare you for it. Of course, you can watch the videos on your own, but even watching videos, there's like a disconnect because you don't have any interactivity, right? So I want you guys to get used to asking me questions, get used to listening to me, explain it beforehand. So let's say that we have elementary school, middle school, and high school, and we have 3 hours of workouts later on at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. Well, this show will be at 4 o'clock to give you guys enough time to watch the show, to just like watch in the background while you eat a snack or whatever. And then we'll go over 6 drills of the elementary, 6 for the middle school, 6 for the high school. But I don't have enough time to go over all of them, like not in depth. So I'll just mention a few, and then I'll choose one of the 6, maybe 2 of the 6 to talk about, like I'm doing right now, and I'll go over it in depth. Hopefully, I can get like a basketball court in there if I need it, especially if you guys have questions and you're like, I don't quite understand this. So we get you guys to start thinking about the drills before you actually get to them. Then that night, you already know the quote of the day, you already know the motivational story, you already know the drills. Then that night, you will be one step ahead of everyone. So instead of being the kid who doesn't understand, now you're the kid who has now heard it twice in the same day. And now you can take it to a whole new level and say, wait, I have an idea for that move. What about this? Can I do this, coach? And now you're thinking a step or 2 ahead of everyone else. All right. Or when I say we're going to start the drill, now instead of getting the 5 minutes of working because you were asking questions, now you get the full 10 minutes to work on that drill rather than just the 5. So you can get twice as good during that day. That's the goal of these. That's what I want for them. And even afterwards, you can watch maybe the replay. If you do like badly during the workout, you can watch the replay of these live streams, and you can see what you did wrong. And then you can kind of like map it out and say, oh, that's what he meant. So if you're the type of person that needs me to talk you through it beforehand to help you out, or you're the person who won't understand my words until after you try it, we are now taking care of both. And if you need it right then and there, that's when you come to practice. All right, so we're gonna have all 3 of them for you because of these live stream events. All right. Anyways, the quote of the day is, "It's never too late." All right, it's never too late. There's a quote that I brought up pretty often, and I've heard it around. It says, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today." All right, because yeah, you want to be prepared. You want to have a chance to be like freaking like I don't know Steph Curry, but you missed it. You were supposed to start working when you were 3 years old. Oops. All right. Well, you can't do anything about the past. No one's gonna invent a time machine today. All right, if they did, they wouldn't tell us, and they might charge us a lot of money to use it. So you probably wouldn't be able to use it in the first place. But yeah, you can't go back in the time. And time. All you can worry about is starting right now. And right now is a perpetual thing. So, but you can't keep missing that time as well. All right. You can't be like, yeah, I'm going to start today and then don't start till tomorrow and then don't start till the next day. If you want to be great, you're going to have to make that decision sooner or later, and you can't keep backing out of it. All right. If you want to be great, just be great. All right. And again, know that it's never too late. Actually, the elementary school drills, favorite underdog one-on-one. That's when we, of course, go with one-on-one between two people, and we have one person way better than the other person. And this guy right here, who's way better, sprints for like 10 sprints, and while this guy will shoot elbow jump shots. All right. And again, the less that I have to explain this during practice, the better. So try to pay attention now. Try to remember all these drills. All right. So the person, the worst player will shoot and try to get to 11 points, while the best player will be running 10 sprints. Right when he gets back, they play one-on-one. The best player will be tired, and the worst player, his elbow jumpers actually count toward his score. So if he made 5, it's now 5-0, and then they start playing. If he made 10-0, and then they start playing. He shouldn't be able to make 11. That's probably too many, and he's probably not the worst player if he's making 11 shots. So the game will start off with, hopefully, the best player behind and super tired. And then we try to see if he can still beat that person. And I like it because it's a drill that kind of puts it in your face, all right? Where some people are like, hey, I'm better than you. And you're like, prove it. Well, I mean, you can have so many excuses, but if someone beats you after sprinting 10 sprints and giving you free shots, then they're just flat out better than you. And if you can beat them, even though they're better than you, all you did was get a good lead, and you were more in shape than they were because they were tired and you're not. So that tells you, as the worst player, the difference between you guys is stamina. Or the difference between you guys is making sure that you get off to a good start. All right, and those are all things that you can eventually overcome if you work hard enough. All right. What's up, Cameron? How you doing, Cameron? I just worked out Cameron earlier. We went through all this stuff actually. All right. So he's hearing it for the second time today. That's good. Any questions from the workout today, Cameron, that we're doing? Just let me know, especially if I pass by one of them. The elementary school drills, the other ones are last second shots, which we did not work on today. The last second shots are when I count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we come off the dribble from half court, come off the catch, or what else the other way? Off the dribble, off the catch. There was another way. Oh yeah, off the pass, driving in and then kicking out, so you can catch it off the catch from your teammate. And it's the last second shot. All right, so there's off the catch like that. Then there's also off the catch while you're standing still for a last second shot. Off the catch, off the move, like where you're running from baseline to baseline and you catch it and shoot it. Then there's off the dribble. So there's 3 different last second shots, and each time we want to do a countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, weave rebounds. Weave is like this, where that person's going there, that person's going there, right? You just weave them through. For weave rebounds, you get 3 people, 2 of them on this side, 1 of them on this side, all 3 on the block. The first person in the 2-person line throws the ball over the rim, but off the backboard at a diagonal pace. Hits the backboard. This guy jumps up, catches it in the air, and he'll throw it to the next guy. As soon as the first person throws the ball off the backboard, he will run behind the other person that he just threw it to. Then this guy jumps up, throws it off, and he'll run behind the person he threw it to. This person jumps up and does the same thing over and over and over again. And what this drill teaches you is the timing of rebounds, being able to make that shot, being able to work together as a team, having the necessary footwork to move in tight spaces. It shows you a lot, and basically it's a drill that you probably won't start doing until late high school, maybe college. But if you can get decent at it early, you can get a lead in that regard. Athletic spin to reverse, that's in and out, between the legs, spin to air reverse layup. That's a really hard move. I would show you right now, but nah, it's okay. But it's a hard move, but we make it fun. And what it does is it teaches you 4 different things. We always add 4 different things into the same move so that you want to do the move, so that it's cool to do the move, okay? So But I don't expect you guys to actually do this move until way later on. But then what this teaches you is how to do a nice in and out, 1-2 step. Using your eyes, using your feet, right? And then it also teaches you to go between the legs. Also teaches you how to spin and jump off 2 feet. It also teaches you how to do an air reverse layup. So you put all four of those together for this one move. Now you're working more efficiently because you're working on four moves at the same time, but you're also doing a move that you're very likely to do during lunchtime. All right. So when we tell you to go in and out between the legs, spin to air reverse, we're not saying practice this so that you could do it during games. We're saying practice this so that you can do four moves at once, and practice this so that maybe I've done a good enough job to get you to try this move for 2 hours. All right. Because as a kid, that's the trick is, can I trick you into doing this stuff for like 2 hours? All right. What's up, Blake? How you doing? No problems for being late, man. Busy time. All right. Anyways, if you missed the quote of the day, it was, it's never too late. So there you go. What are the odds of that? All right. Is DeAndre already leaving? Is hi Blake, bye Blake. All right. Anyways, so when I teach you guys the what is it called again? The athletic spin to reverse. That's why I'm doing that. Next one is pick and roll, retreat, then beat. That's when we're going off of pick and roll, and then they jump it. And you don't want to stand there because you can't pass the ball over them. It's hard to go through them, right? If they jump it, you got to get away from them. You get away from them by looking forward and then backsliding. So it's retreat dribble. You get back, and then if the other defender that was jumping out on you as a big man, you can use him to go around him because you as a guard should be faster than that big man. So you retreat and then you beat around the big man's side. The guy that was guarding you, he's a quick guard too. So he can probably stay in front of you. But that big guy, not only can he not stay in front of you, he shouldn't be able to. He's going to block off the other guy that was guarding you. So then if you get around them, you've now changed it from a pick and roll, 5-on-5 pick and roll. You've now changed the entire game. If you can get by both those guys into a 5-on-3 situation. All right. So pick and roll, retreat to beat creates a 5-on-3 situation where you can penetrate. And if no one picks you up, you go score. But if someone picks you up, now you have 4 options with 2 guys guarding them. If you can't pick that defense apart, you got problems. All right. Next thing is ball drop layup. Get that in one. What's up, Brian Lee? What's up, man? All right. Exactly. Anyway, ball drop layup. That's when we have the basketball. You go foot fire, and then they drop it, and then you want to shoot off. Cameron and I did it today, and he kept putting his back foot back and taking a negative step before he would go. You can't take that negative step. You have to push off and be strong when you push off. All right. You want to take from that position, from the 3-point line on the wing, and right when they drop it, you want to push off only in a forward direction. You think that you wouldn't be as strong, but trust me, going like this with a jab is a lot better than rearing back and then swinging because they have a chance to react to that swing. I'm not trying to teach you how to knock someone out, but you can use that to know how to take a quick first step. And you can take this quick first step, 1, when you're going on offense, like we just practiced, but 2, when you're going for rebounds, 3, when you're going for loose balls, 4, anytime during basketball, you don't want to take a negative step before you go forward. You want to have forward action perpetually. All right. So those are the elementary school drills. All right. The motivational story of the day is being able to visualize yourself achieving goals is an extremely important skill. For only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. That's a lot of big words. My bad. All right. But being able to visualize yourself achieving your goals. All right. That means seeing yourself in your mind, having a good imagination. All right. Being able to visualize yourself achieving your goals is extremely important. They call it a skill. It's a skill. All right, to be able to see yourself like holding the trophy up in the air, winning the game, all right, going out there and doing all that you want. It's a skill that a lot of people teach. I mean, psychologists want you to do it. But great players, they have this skill to be able to visualize themselves achieving their goals and their steps along the way. All right, because only those who can see the invisible, the stuff that isn't quite there, are the ones that can do the impossible. So it was once thought that going to the moon was impossible. All right. And no one really thought about it, really. Well, I'm sure that someone did. Someone said, hey, I think I can get there. And then they started building all the stuff. If the people couldn't see that invisible rocket flying to the sky, they would have never thought to build it. And same goes for you. If you can't see a path for your success to the NBA that's believable, I mean, you can't just be like, yeah, one day I'm going to wake up and the Warriors are going to call me out of nowhere and say, you won a prize. You're now in the Warriors. No, it's got to be believable, where you worked out 5 hours a day. You worked out 3 hours a day, whatever. You did so many like hours of work. You posted online. You went through all this stuff. You made it hard. You made your high school team. You went through it all. You somehow made college because you worked your hardest, and then you went through college. Like you have an actual goal, an actual path, the way to get to the NBA, where you're thinking of every single step, and every single step makes sense, and it mirrors how much work you're actually doing. That's when you're visualizing correctly, and you're seeing the invisible. And if you can see the invisible, you have a chance to achieve the impossible. All right. So make sure that you guys visualize. Make sure that you guys see yourselves. Okay. All right. Next thing for middle school, we have partner passing, football catch, sideline of bounds, seal. Let me tell you something about sideline of bounds. Nah, I won't tell you that. Nah, forget that. It's stupid. All right. It's just how I abbreviate it. I have a choice to abbreviate SOB, and I choose not to because that's a bad word. But it's SOOB, sideline out of bounds. All right. And then for baseline out of bounds, it's not. I choose to make it BOB. So it's the opposite because of the exact opposite reason. So it's a really funny thing to have to do. But that's that. And taking a charge, running hook shots, and hook series with D. All right. Let me see. Partner passing is always good. Football catch is when you throw the ball long and you want to catch it. Catch it. Of course, someone else will throw it to you. You catch it, take 2 steps, and score without traveling. Or you can catch it off the bounce or out of the air. And then for sideline out of bounds seal, it's just you and a defender on you. All you need to do is stutter step and step in front of his leg and step over his hand. And then you separate him by spreading out and ask for the ball away from you. But you have to get your foot over his leg and your hand over his arm. And then you put your butt into him and then separate him by spreading your legs, spreading your arms, and asking for the ball away from you. That person taking the ball out of bounds should be pump faking to his knee, then drop a bounce pass to you away that goes from his knee to your knee. Then you catch it and then square up as you step out to go get it. There should be they're guarding us too much. It shouldn't be impossible to inbound any inbounds pass. You should be able to get any inbounds pass that you want by doing this little trick. All right. So sideline out of bounds, inbound seal. That's how we do it. Taking charges. That's another story. You want to be able to take charges squared up. All right. If you take them sideways, it's not a charge. It's a block. You have to take it squared up. You have to also make sure that your feet aren't moving. All right. And when you take a charge, you want to do so outside the key, hopefully. All right. Because if you're inside the key, you're about to get dunked on by some people. But if you're too close, then it's a no call or even a block. All right. So you want to make sure that your help side defense reacts fast enough so that you can put yourself in position to take charge. Then that first step is the most important part because 1, you have to be smart, but 2, you have to be brave. And I know a lot of people out there who they're not brave enough to even try to take a charge. All right. And if they are brave enough, they're not smart enough. So I think that's the paradox right there. Paradox is you can't fix it either way. Think about this. The guy who's smart enough to take a charge is thinking with his mind. And because he thinks so much, he's thinking, I'm too scared to take a charge. So he doesn't take it. He's smart enough to be like, I got to go from help side to jump right there outside the key and be there. But because he's so smart, he goes, nah, man, I'm not doing that because it's going to hurt. And then the guy brave enough to take a charge, or I guess stupid enough to take a charge because it's going to hurt. That guy isn't smart enough to get there in the first place. So that's the backwards way of thinking. So we need someone out there who's smart and brave. Now we have 3 people in the comment section, smart and brave. Are you smart enough to take a charge? And are you brave enough to take it? And now we have no one taking charge on our team. So say which one you aren't, I guess, or not so much. Are you more brave than you are smart? Are you more smart than you are brave? Answer in the comment section for me. And let me think of my answer. I take a lot of charges, but even still, am I braver or am I smarter? I think I am braver than I'm smart. You think equal? No equal. Pick one. You got to pick one. All right. So I think I'm braver than I am smart. And I'm a pretty smart basketball player, but I think I'm very brave because I will get in there and I will get hit by the biggest guys. It'll hurt sometimes, but I'm pretty good at reacting. But every now and then, I do find myself out of position. So you think that you're smarter. So you think that you get it, but maybe that you're a little bit hesitant. That's okay. All right. So you want to get both up evenly, but make both of as high as you possibly can so that you're always there. All right. And for Blake, he's also slow. So that's also a thing. So he may not be able to get there fast enough. That happens. All right. All right. Let's go with high school. For high school, we have. Oh no, I guess I was gonna mention the running hook shots. Make sure that you are perpendicular to the sideline, to the baseline when you shoot them, but then turn your head. People don't understand the difference. They'll shoot a running hook shot down the middle. They'll turn their whole body and get blocked. Or they'll say, okay, don't turn my body. And then they'll shoot like this, blindfolded, without looking. All right. It's one and then the other. Come on. You have to go like this. Take your 2 steps, 1 and 2. You can rock it slightly. Don't rock it beyond center. From right here. And then you go out diagonally up, not straight like this and not straight like that, but 45 degrees. You can shoot your shot with that hand up as well, but you have to turn your head, but not your body. So I don't know if you guys are all like Batman, maybe, where you can't turn your head without turning your body too, because your bat suit won't work that way. Or maybe you're like a horse, where like if I move your head, your body just goes with it because you're just trained like that. But you got to be able to move one thing and not the other for your running hook shot. So figure that out, please. And then hook series with D. Same hook shot, but we're going to throw the ball off the backboard, catch it diagonally from the basket, shoot a hook shot over the coach. So the next time that we catch it, he pushes us out. We keep our anchor foot in. Then we inch our way back and then shoot our shot. The third time, he pushes us out, but then he comes over on this side in front of us. We rip through and shoot a left-hand hook shot. Then we do it to the other side. That's that drill. Hopefully you remember it now. High school, free throws, just talking about the placement, the routine, the ball mechanics, and the mentality. So we have a basketball right here. When you shoot a free throw, it's all about the dribble. All right. When you shoot it, when you're dribbling, you're going to spread your fingers, put the ball in your hand off your palm, and then shoot it as you dribble it. I'm shooting it as I dribble it. Then I bring everything up perfectly straight so that everything is in perfect alignment. All right. And that's why my free throws are better than my actual shots, because I mean, everything could be no more perfect. I started from the dribble and I bring everything straight up, and then I shoot. Then I shoot my shot. If your shot is off like this, you're just not thinking. It's a free throw. You can go as slow as you want. Can't take more than 10 seconds, but go as slow as you want, and then shoot your free throw, making sure that everything is lined up, everything's straight, and everything stays straight. Right? There's no easier time to shoot a ball, and you need a lot of practice to do that. So make sure that everything's straight on free throws, even if you have to start in closer. All right? And get a good routine. For my routine, it's 4 dribbles, and then I pick it up, and then I shoot it. If I'm nervous, it's 8 dribbles. I just throw that out there so that I can take my mind off the nerves. Other ones are 10 in a row in under 5 minutes. You should be able to make 10 shots in a row from the elbow in under 5 minutes easy. If you can't do that, you're not a great shooter yet, or you're not even a good shooter yet. So get to that point. 15-second sprints times 4. All right, that means run for 15 seconds, sideline to sideline, wait for 30 seconds, then repeat. Wait for 30 seconds, then repeat. Wait for 30 seconds, then repeat. You do 4 sets of 15-second sprints. You want them all to match because you have 30 seconds off. You want to be completely rejuvenated. All your energy is level. If you can complete that and you can get like, let's say 4.5 would be a good goal, but 4.25 is okay. 4.25, 4 straight times, then you graduate. Then you get to have the rest in under 15 seconds rest. Do the same thing. And again, this could be like months later. It doesn't matter. Just train yourself to get better. Then you have 15 seconds rest. And between you go 15 second sprint, 15 seconds off now. And again, you try to go 4 straight times, making 4.25. All right. And if you can do that, then you run them all straight with 0 seconds rest in between. And you should be able to run a 17, which is sideline to sideline, in under a minute. This way of training will allow you to bypass the people who take 3 years to get better about 2.5 years, 3 years to get better at running 17s. In high school, you have to run 17, which is a 1 minute sprint, but no one can make it until their junior or senior year. But if you do this, and if you're in 8th grade or 7th grade, if you do this, you can figure this out in less than a month. You can be good at that drill in less than a month. You can be a better runner. And why you want to be good at running these is because basketball is a game of sprints. Basketball is how fast can you go for as long as you can go, but then we have stops. And during the stops, you're being hit. During the stops, you're bending your legs and you're playing defense. During the stops, you're diving for loose balls, and then you sprint again, right? It's sprint, free throws. Sprint, loose ball. Sprint, defense. Sprint, post up, rebound. Sprint. So it's a weird thing. It's not running like a marathon. It's not swimming. It's not football. It's not wrestling strength. It's a weird sort of strength where you have to include sprinting and stopping. So this drill, the 15x4 sprint, is a good one for you guys to get better at that. Last ones are pounds, drives, and pull-ups, box jumps, and split jumps to shots. All right. So for all those, again, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section always. But those are all the drills for the day. Make sure that you guys are watching your movies, by the way. All right. Again, it was Pele for 2nd grade, Mighty Ducks for 1st grade. I got Rocky 2 for 4th grade, and McFarlane USA for 3rd grade. 7th grade is Invictus. 8th grade is Major League 2. 5th grade is Ladybugs. I'm going out of order just because I don't know if anyone's listening. Ladybugs is 5th grade, and 6th grade is the Scout. 9th grade is Kingpin. 10th grade is Mystery Alaska. 11th grade is The Program, which is the best movie on here by far. 12th grade is Southpaw. The Program, yes, is the best movie on this list, The Program. But don't watch it unless you're in high school, guys, please. That's a legit movie. As for the challenges, let's see. If you're a 7th grader, about to be a 7th grader, it says take on day 3 of the 10-minute drill. A timed workout comprised of 15 drills designed to test your overall ability in various ways. So this book of you guys, it starts on September 1st. All right, or like August 30th, something like that. Ditch whatever you're doing and just follow the book. I know some of you guys are trying to do, like Blake is trying to do the Chastain Challenge. Listen, if you want to make it, follow the book. If you want to follow your friends, do whatever, but know that it'll end. Because right now, if you guys keep doing the Chastain Challenge, when it tells you to do something else, you guys won't do this. And then you'll do your own thing. Then later on, you're going to think, oh, my own thing's better than this. So if you want to do the Chastain Challenge again, or still, do this plus the Chastain Challenge. All right? Just trust me. Follow the book. Don't just start making up stuff on your own. It's a slippery slope, all right, to eventually doing nothing. All right, when you go, hey, let me just do something different for one day, for 1 month, for 1 year, for one lifetime, all right, you can't do that. All right, follow the book exactly how I have it laid out, and then you can add more work if you feel like it to that day. Do everything in this book. Again, it starts soon at the end of this month. The book starts soon. You guys could have done whatever you wanted to do the entire time. And during the course of this year, by the way, the 7th graders, you guys will have to do the Chastain Challenge. So take a break right now. All right. Do what the drills say. All right, you got it. I'm just warning you. I'm old, so I know these things. All right, trust me. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon for the isolation workout. I was thinking about switching up some stuff. Maybe we'll try the switching today. We're gonna do the wave dribble and step back jumpers. I'm gonna mix those in there. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm doing this so that we can have more space. All right. Anyways, I'll see y'all soon. Peace.